Hello guys, if I'm making this video today, it's because a lot of people ask themselves, is it worth it to take a loan in EU4 to build a manufactory? So I made this little spreadsheet and I will present it to you. It computes everything. So at the top in green you have the modifiers. I take the base value as 0, so we take just the bonus. For trade efficiency, I set 0.4 because without special bonuses, you have only 40% bonus from the estates. The burgers give you 20%. And then you also have being in advanced in diplomatic tech, another 20%. For the production efficiency bonus, I imagine that you build a workshop in the province you have a manufactory in. It's a pretty good combination. And the other 10% are from economic ideas, but we can remove them, I guess. But like without economic ideas, taking loans for to build manufactories isn't an excellent idea anyway. So for the construction cost reduction, I imagine you have 5% from the Renaissance and 10% from your religion. Like Orthodox has 10%, Catholic has 10%, Protestant has 10% too. For the interest rate, I used three. Oh my god. Okay, it's back. I used 3% because you have minus 0.5% from economic and minus 0.5% from the reforms. You can also have the monument in Nitra for another minus 0.1 minus 1%, I mean, interest rate, but you don't always have access to that. And some nations like Austria or Frankfurt, I think, have the minus 0.5 in their national IDs too. For the goods produced modifier, I picked 10% because we have economic ideas and nothing else. If you are playing Great Britain or Germany, you have another 20%, which would be pretty good. We can see that when I change it, the values in the chart change too, and it becomes more profitable to take loans. But we're gonna start with 10%, and maybe I will change the numbers after I explain you everything in the chart. So for the red part now, it's the manufactory without eco IDs and without trade without eco IDs, I mean without the free diplomatic dev point that eco IDs give you on manufactories. So here we have the market price of the good. 2 is for like grain or livestock, and 6 is cloth, I think, and paper is around 5, cloth is 3.6 to 4. It's not the exact values of the goods, but it gives a good idea of the value range. Like if you have cloth at 3.6 ducats, you can approximate it at 3.5 here. And if you want, you can change the values in the chart anyway, but yeah, it's not really important. The building cost, it's the same at each level because the base cost of a manufacturer is 500 and we have 15% cost reduction. The yearly trade value is the goods produced times the market price of the goods. So here for the goods produced, we have the manufactory times the 1 plus the goods produced modifier because we don't take into account the diplo dev of the province when building the manufactory. Here I computed the monthly trade revenue. So it is the amount of money you will get from just trade at the 40% efficiency. And oh no, monthly trade value, sorry. It's the yearly trade value, but divided by 12. So it's mostly useful for computation. Don't focus too much on that. Here we have the interesting part, the production income per month. This is what the building tab tells you about your manufactory when you want to build it. So it's the monthly trade value multiplied by the production efficiency bonus and some other bonuses, but they are so rare that I won't take them into account for this chart. There you have the trade income per month. It's the amount of money that the manufacturer will give to you if you collect in this node at 100 trade power. So you can see that it's around the production income, but it's not shown in the building tab. So it's a hidden value that you get, and the monthly return is the total amount of money the manufacturer will give you. So you can see it gives you more than what the building tab actually tells you. Here I multiplied it by 12 to have the yearly income, and there I have the interest per annum. It's the interest rate applied to the amount of money you have to take in loans to build the manufactory. So we can see that for a good that has a price of 2, the yearly income is going to be 6.6 and the interest to build the manufactory is going to be 12.75. But it means you lose actually 1.45% of the value you invested every year. So it's a very bad investment to take a loan for that. However, you can see that if you build in like a paper province with 5 price in the market, you actually make more money than what the interest rate costs you. So it's a good idea to take the loan. Of course, you will have the inflation, but in terms of just pure ducats, it's gonna be worth it. Then for the blue part of the chart, I included the one free Diplo development that you get from building the manufactory when you have economic ideas. So instead of giving you one goods produced per month, the manufacturer will give you 1.2 goods produced because there is the 0.2 from the Diplo development. So we can see that it's already much more profitable. You can begin investing, taking loans at only 3.5 market value here. And then for the yellow part, I also added trade steering. So the base steering modifier is 0.05. So you gain 5% of the trade value when you transfer it downstream with a merchant. So the number of steers is the amount of times you steer your trade. Let's say you steer it down 2 nodes. The number of merchants is your merchant plus the AI's ones. It's capped at 5. But if there are more merchants in the node, it makes the steering better. So let's say we have just our merchants. We invaded everything in the node, so we are the only one trading there. So this is the final steering bonus that will be added to our trade value. So then we can see that when we take into account the free development from the economic ideas and the steering, it becomes worth it to build. Oh, it's still worth it only at 3.5 trade market price of the good to take a loan to build the manufactory. But it will be more worth it than without the steering. So if you have full control of your nodes, it's better to build the manufacturing in a node that is far from your collecting node, from your home node, than directly in it. You can see that we gain 14.52 ducats per year instead of 13.86 without the steering. So we can play a little bit with the modifiers here. Let's say we are Germany. So with eco IDs and German IDs, we have 30% goods produced modifier. Let's say we invaded Nitra, so we have 1% interest rate less, and we gave the burger privilege for even more interest reduction. So we are only at 1.5% interest. because the monument in Nitra reduces by 1 and the burger privilege reduces by 0.5%. The construction cost reduction, let's say we have infrastructure IDs and we have 10% less cost, so we are at 25% reduction. We are in late game, so we have the counting house, it's the upgraded workshop, and the upgraded workshop is plus 100% production efficiency. And combined with eco IDs, we are at 110% bonus, so 1.1. Okay. Now, when we look at the charts, we can see that it's true everywhere. Taking a loan for building this manufactory would be worth it even on the worst trade good you can have, even on uh, wool, grain, livestock, and so on. It will make you a positive amount of money to take the loan. However, usually you want to build the manpower manufactory on the goods like grain and livestock. But if you have developed the province and expanding infrastructure, you can make two manufactories and it would be worth it to do that. So I hope you liked the video, guys, and I hope it enlightened you a little bit on the complex mechanics of the economy in Europa Universalis 4, and goodbye.